With our new levels in place, we just need a way to transition between our levels as we complete each one. So right now, we're switching between our levels from our preload scene, and ideally what we want to do is once we complete level 1, we go to level 2, and we complete level 2, we go to level 3. So to keep track of this, we need to know which level our player is currently on, and which phase or scene we need to transfer to next when we complete our current level. And so for this data, this is something we want to share across our phaser game, and it's not something we want to be tied to a single instance of our game manager script. In order to share this data across our game, we can use Phaser's built-in data manager. Our data manager is a way for us to store key value pairs, and then we can reference that data manager from anywhere in our game. It's a perfect use case for our level data, because what we can do is we can store that we're on level 1. Once we complete level 1, we'd update this to be 2, and then level 3, and then so on and so forth. Once we store that data there, we just need a way to look up which scene we need to load. So to start adding these changes, we'll start off in our preload scene. Let's update our code to go back to level 1. Next, we'll go to our main.js file. So after we create our phaser game configuration, we're going to want to store our level data into our data manager. To do that, we can reference our phaser game instance. We're going to reference our registry, which is an instance of our data manager. Now in our data manager, we can use the set method to store data. When we use this method, we can pass our key and then our value that we want to store. So I'm going to pass in level to keep track of our current level. Then we'll pass in 1, so we start off on level 1. So now this is going to store our data, and what we can do is if we open up our game manager script, let's go into our awake method. And so at the top of our method, I'm just going to log out that data. We're going to log out our phaser scene. We're going to reference our registry. Now we're going to do get. Now we're going to provide the key we want to get, which will be our level. So now if we save, if we come back to our browser, we should see that our level 1 is being logged out. If we go back to our main.js file, I'm going to change this to be 10. If we refresh, we'll see our value of 10 gets logged out. So how this works is our registry, this is global to our game. This instance is provided to us in our phaser scenes, and we can reference it by using the registry property on our scene. The get method allows us to look for a key that we've provided before, and it returns us the value we've stored. If we provide a key that doesn't exist, phaser will return undefined. So now that we have a way to store which level we're on, when we complete our level, we'll want to update this. So we're going to copy this line of code here. Let's go into our game manager script. We're going to go down to our logic where we check for if we won. And inside here, we're going to add a new method to our class that's going to handle winning the level. So we're just going to call this trigger level transition. So now in this method, this is where we'll want to increment our level. So we come up to our awake method. I'm going to copy our block of code here where we get our current level. We're going to paste this here. We'll store this in a variable. So we'll do const current level will be equal to this scene.registry.get, our level. And now we want to set our new value. So we'll use set. We'll do our level. And now we want to do our current level plus 1. So now back up on our logic where we check if we won. Let's call our new method. So after our console log, we'll do this. We'll call trigger level transition. Finally, based on our new level, we need a way to look up which phaser scene we need to transition to. For this, we're going to create a new configuration file that's going to map our levels to our phaser scene names. This way, no matter what we name our levels, we'll have a way to know which phaser scene we need to transition to. So for this configuration, under our source folder, I'm just going to make a new file. I'm going to call this config.js. Here we're going to export out an object. So we're going to do export const. We'll do level to phaser scene map. So for this object, I'm going to freeze it. Now in our object, we're going to have our keys be our number of our level, and our value will be the name of our phaser scene. So for level 1, we'd want to load our level 1 scene. 2, we do our level 2, and then 3, we'll do our level 3. So what's nice with this approach, going forward, we can name our levels anything we would like, and based on our configuration here, this is how we'll know which level to load. Besides this, we can also do things like shuffle our levels around without having to rename everything. As an example, let's say our map for level 3, I actually want that to be level 2. All we have to do now is come into our game configuration, date our order here, and now our level 3 file is going to map to our level 2 when our player plays our game. So I'm going to revert our configuration, we'll come back to our game manager script, and what we'll need to do is now based on our configuration, we need to look up our string here. So we're going to modify our logic here. Instead of setting current level, we're actually going to add 1 to this. We're going to call this next level because we'll need our next level value to do our lookup. So now we just need to get that phaser scene name. So we're going to store this in a variable do const. We're going to call this next scene. We're going to set it equal to our level to phaser scene map. And now for our key, we want to pass in next level. So first, we're going to check to see if this is undefined. So if our next scene is undefined, then we're going to take our player back to our title scene. To do that, we're going to do this scene.start, and we want to pass in our title scene. Otherwise, we want to start our phaser scene that we found. So I'm going to copy this, we'll paste it, and we'll do our next scene. Alright, so now if we save, let's jump back over to our browser. Let's refresh our game. We'll start at level 1. We put our box onto our level. Oh, it looks like we have an issue. This scene.start is not a function. Ah, yes, because we're in our game manager script, we can't do this scene.start. We need to do this scene.scene to reference our scene manager. Once we have our scene manager, we can trigger that transition. So we come back to our browser. Once we get our box onto our goal, we immediately transition over to level 2. So now if we complete level 2, we should be taken to level 3. And if we do level 3, this should take us back to our title scene. Nice. Alright, so one minor change we're going to do is we're going to move our default value into our config as well. So we're going to add a property called default. And on this property, we're going to put in our title scene. So now back in our game manager script, we can just grab that from our config. So let's do our level to phaser scene map, and we'll grab our default property. And so if we want to test our change real quick, let's go into our config file. We want to change our level 2 to be level 4. Now if we refresh our browser, if we complete our first level, we shouldn't find level 2, so we go back to our title scene. Finally, for our game, there's one other thing we need to fix. So right now, once our player reaches our 3rd level and they complete it, we take them back to our title scene like we intend. However, we're incrementing our level and setting it to 4. What this results in is from our title scene, we now go back to level 1, and our level isn't showing the correct level we're on. So now when we complete level 1, because levels 4, 5, 6 do not exist, we consistently go back to our title scene. To fix this, we'll need to reset our level once we go back to our title scene. So we jump over to our code, in our game manager script, and the trigger level transition method. Let's take our line of code where we update our level in our data manager. We're going to move that down here before we transition to our next scene. We'll move our code from here, and now before we go back to our default scene, we're going to reset our level back to 1. So now if we save, if we come back to our game, we should be able to play all 3 levels. Once we complete our levels, we should go back to our title scene. And now if we click to start again, we'll go back to level 1, and then we should be taken to level 2. So now we've got a real multi-level Sokoban game. We have 3 unique levels and automatic level progression. In our next lesson, we're going to add some polish to our game. We're going to add some scene transitions, the ability to restart our level, and then add some instructions to our first level.